Hello there. Have you ever wanted to get a modern tank like the Abrams, Leopard 2, T-80, or you want to build your own modern tanks? You might be watching this video because you're new to Curse Tank Simulator and you wanted to grind to high tier. Or you play Curse Tank Simulator and watching this video because you're suffering that you wanted to smash your room. Don't worry, I got you covered. In this video, I'll provide tips and advice that will help your grinding experience in Roblox Curse Tank Simulator. Before we get into the topic, this tip is based on personal experience and research. I'm not going to mention all of the tank part, only some include my recommendation. If you have a better suggestion, make sure you comment down in the comment section. They're very helpful for viewers watching this video. Other than that, let's get into the topic. If this is your first time playing this game, you'll get a message that suggests you play the tutorial. I strongly suggest you play the tutorial to familiarize with the controls and the game concept, even if you play War Thunder or not. Once you've gone through the tutorial, join few rounds and see if you like the game or not. If you like the game, feel free to upgrade your tanks. Speaking of upgrades, you need to earn and save a lot as possible. You earn money from round matches by knocking opponent down, receive an assist, or capture a base. Even if your round didn't end well, you still earn decent with chest, which I'll talk about that later. You also earn money from Wheel of Fortune, which only earn less. You earn a lot by complete one or more daily tasks to claim daily rewards as long as you're active. I highly recommend complete many tasks as possible because you also earn a decent amount of UC, which I'm gonna talk about it later. Because I reached tier 12, my daily reward is different compared to yours depending on what your highest tier you can reach. It increased the higher the tier you can go. Daily 26 is the best daily reward to make your grinding progress faster as possible. If you can reach until day 26, you can spend 250 quids per day miss. This brings to my point. Save a lot of quids as possible and spend if you need to, mostly catching up daily rewards. It's not advisable to spend Robux for quid as they're expensive. You can choose to purchase a lifetime booster which costs 2,500 Robux, unless you have Roblox Premium. The lifetime booster boosts your round match reward by 50%, additional 50% for crates material. You can open any crates right away, but save for the material for tank parts you want to get for grinding. When you get a legendary or mythical crates, it's wise to save just in case if you need to downgrade the crates for specific materials. Most of the tank parts in tier 12 requires composite, which they're hard to obtain by crates. You can decide to craft composite, which they're easier but require specific amount of silicon. You easily get silicon from the epic crate, which you can earn 2 to 3 silicons per crate. Other required parts can be obtainable in other specific type of crates, but sometimes not always guaranteed. So it's wise to look at the crate's reward before deciding to open or downgrade the high tier crates. There are 6 types of crates in Curse Tank Simulator, starting off with the common crate, uncommon crate which you can obtain from tier 3 to tier 4 battle, rare crate for 5 and 6 battle, epic crate from tier 7 and 8, legendary crate from tiers 9 and 10, last but not least the mythical crate which you can obtain from tier 11 to tier 12 round. When selecting a cannon, stay away from the cannon that requires long reload like the Type 96. I recommend save for the Japanese 75mm Type 3 cannon. It costs $3,000 with excellent penetration and damage. You can deal your opponent with serious damage or one shot if you're lucky. Then get the Battle Pass 3. This hull gives you additional side armor, which give you additional protection. Just use it correctly and you're good to go. After that, you can go for the T-17. This hull has decent armor with good mobility. You can engage enemy with ease if used correctly. Then get the M4A2 turret, which has a good front angle armor, better than the Battle Pass 3 turret. Once you save enough, you can go for the 57mm ASU, which similar to the Type 3 cannon, it creates more damage with high penetration. This is a must-get cannon, but otherwise you can go for the 75mm Ikushnet or the 57 symmetric cannon. Both have decent rate of fire with decent penetration. If you like the drive light tank, the FV107 sets is for you. They're small with 85km max speed. The HM41 is a recommended hull. It has decent sloped armor with mobility. They're better than the Tiger 1 hull, but it should be used like a medium tank. By the way, this is a blueprint tank. You need 65 steel and 110 iron to craft it. For turret, you can go for the Lorray, which has good rate of fire and turret rotation speed. However, the Lorray has lack of armor, and you need to reload for a couple seconds when you run out of ammo drums. Use it carefully. If you want decent armor in the turret, the M48 Phaeton turret is an option. For Tier 5 cannon, you can choose any cannon you want, but stay away from the 105 heat launcher cannon. This cannon has slow rate of fire with low accuracy. You can't easily engage enemy moving. Using this cannon requires good estimation, recommend with range finding system. I recommend the SA50 due to its decent penetration and accuracy. Otherwise, you can go for the Tiger 1 cannon. This cannon has high penetration round. You can pen your opponent with severe damage or one shot if you aim correctly and got lucky. Sadly, the downside is the reload speed. You need to be careful when engaging enemy. Once you have enough money, upgrade the cannon to 77mm HV. This cannon has decent penetration. You can easily pen an American M48 Patton hull with APDS. Speaking of hull, you can go for the Russian T-55 hull or the M48A3 hull. For turret, the Centurion Mk3 is a must-get due to its access to stabilizers. This feature is a great advantage when engaging opponents, especially in face-to-face situation. If you like other playstyle than brawling, the FE4500 is a great choice. This turret has very fast reload multiplier, which is a great advantage if used carefully. The only downside is the lack of armor and taller profile. Avoid being spotted if you can. At this tier, you want to prioritize mobility than armor. This tier is where many users, especially older players, use powerful rounds such as Heat and APFSDS from high-tier guns. The AMX-30 hull is an option due to decent mobility, but the Japanese Type 74 is my personal recommendation, similar to the AMX-30, but it has a hydraulic pneumatic suspension. You can use it to engage enemy at hilly terrain. For turret, you can choose any of the turret I pointed out. The Russian T-55 turret has a better reload multiplier, with rangefinder and bigger ammo storage. Sadly, it has slow turret rotation. Play with care. The Japanese Type 74 is similar, except a little less ammo storage. Thankfully, it has good rotation turret speed. You can get the Battle Pass Zimwad if you're willing to spend material. You have faster reload multiplier than the FE4005 with rangefinder. While you have armor at the turret, but the angle is bad. You also don't have stabilizer. Play carefully. Otherwise, you can go for the Beelzebub Alpha, which still have faster reload multiplier and rangefinder, but the armor is greatly reduced. This is great for light tanks. The 84mm 20-pounder Type B cannon is recommended for tier 7 to 8 due to good rate of fire with high penned APDS shells. You can also go for the CN90F4, which similar to the Type B, they have good rate of fire. The difference is the powerful heat shells. Otherwise, you can get the cannon of the Tiger II or the Loring 40T. These cannon have powerful AP shells. You can easily one-shot an enemy. The only downside is the long reload. If you're planning to get the Leopard 2A7 set, you must get the Leopard 2K hull. While the armor is not the best, The mobility is very decent. Recommend for sniping, supporting, or flanking. You can choose to get the Leopard 2K turret if you want to spend some material. This tank has more armor at the front than common tier 8. If you want to save material, you can choose to get the Chieftain or Object 277. For cannon, the STRV-103's cannon is a musket. This cannon can fire one shell every 5 seconds, but sometimes 4 depending on the hull reload multiplier. The CN-105 acts like the L-74. It has access to APFSDS shells, but the penetration is nearly similar to the L-74's APDS. Otherwise, you can go for the T-55 cannon, which has a stronger heat shell that can go through 260mm of armor. The M68 is a must-get cannon for tier 9 to 10 due to decent penetration with high rate of fire, similar to the L74. The only downside is they're expensive. If you want a cheaper cannon, the 2826 is another option. The 2826 cannon has more APFSDS penetration than the M68. However, due to long 9 seconds reload, you need to be careful. For turret, you can go for the Russian T-72, which had decent turret armor. Just keep the ammo at the bottom of the turret protected to avoid jack-in-the-box effect from any opponent shells. If you like to snipe, flank, or supporting, the auto turret is an option. You have faster reload multiplier, advanced sight system with thermal and laser rangefinder, and a radar that helps you detect enemy meters away. Sadly, it's a tall profile with less armor. Stay out of sight and avoid being spotted. For the hull, you can go for Archer. Just make sure not to load ammo at the hull. The Archer hull is similar to the Russian T-72 hull, except it has more protection and better mobility. Once you save plenty, you can choose to upgrade your turret into the M1 or the Leopard 2A4. The M1 turret doesn't require material, provide decent amount of armor with range-finding system, and night vision. For bonus, you can get the M1 hull, which requires for those who are planning to get the M1A2 SEP. Otherwise, you can get the Contender turret and the Japanese Type 90 hull. The Contender 1E has a fast reload multiplier, giving you advantage when engaging your opponent. Like the Type 74, the Type 90 has a hydraulic pneumatic suspension. Sadly, both of the hull and the turret has lack of armor. You need to be careful. This applies to the Leopard 2 hull, which is a must get if you're pursuing the Leopard 2A7 sets. I recommend getting the L44 cannon, which they're very decent for tier 10 to 12. It's required for those who are getting the M256 cannon. If you like the L44 but longer version, the L55 is for you. This cannon has good APFSDS shell, which is great for tier 12. If you want to save materials, the 105mm high pressure CV can be an option. While the reload is faster than the L44, the penetration is a little weaker. This requires you to aim carefully when engaging your opponent. Recommend a weak spots. If you want to save a lot of money, the other MK1A hull sets can be an option for you. While this hull includes a cannon, it acts like a Leopard 2A4. With that consideration, any powerful cannon like many tier 12 cannon can create serious damage to this turret. You should be careful and consider do supporting, flanking, or sniping's playstyle. This applies to the EXM, the Challenger 2, Vickers 7/1 turret. If you need a turret with protection, the ZTZ-99A can be for you. This turret has an ERA, an APS system which provides protection against incoming ATGM. If you like a turret from Western country, the M1 Special or the Challenger 2 ADTU is for you. The Challenger 2 ADTU has more armor, which is great for tier 12, but you still need to be careful from ATGM. This applies to the ATAC demonstrator, especially since this turret doesn't have a blow-up panel. Once you have enough money for tier 12 cannon, I recommend any of these two cannon. I recommend the 2A46M/1 or the Japanese DKG. They make similar decent damage, but the 2A46M/1 has a little fast rate of fire with 80 GM axis. The cannon has similar performance to the 120 IMI and the 2A82/1. You can get these two cannon if you're interested, otherwise you can pass if you want to save material for other tank parts. I don't recommend CDS and 2077 cannon because they're weak and only have 3 rounds until you need few seconds to reload. If you're looking for a smaller cannon with fast rate of fire, the M68A1 is for you. Although the penetration is weaker, it's wise to aim at certain weak spots or modules. If you're interested, you can purchase the full set of the T90M. These sets gives you decent mobility and armor. No materials needed, just money. If you want to spend materials, the Leopard 2A7 and the M182's SCP-V3 is for you. Otherwise, if you want to save money but willing to spend material, the T14 is for you. This turretless tank has an APS system and decent mobility. The tank acts like the common Russian tank, but taller profile. You do have good armor at the hull, but the turret has none. Many cannon, even a small one, can pen the turret, which result damaging or disabling your cannon or breach. You need to be very careful, and it's wise to be with your teammates. This applies to the CDS sets. If you're a big fan of other playstyle, the Ukrainian T-84 series is an option, or the Japanese Type 10 and the Korean K2 Thunder, which I highly recommend. These tanks has good mobility, but with mediocre armor. Similar to the Type 90, the Japanese Type 10 and the Korean 2 has hydraulic pneumatic suspension, making it useful for hilly terrain. That's all for this video. This was made during the Vanguard version, and things can change in the future. If you want to point out anything, please comment, as they're very helpful for myself and other viewers watching this video. Give this video a like if you found it helpful, and share to people who are interested in playing CTS. Feel free to subscribe if you're interested to see more content from me. I also make non-gaming content for opportunity, not just only gaming content. Other than that, I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now.